Um, let's all get started in a seated position on our mats. So I'll give you all a second to get there, and just whatever seated position is comfortable for you. I know some people enjoy having a block or a pillow underneath their hips and like an easy seat. That'll sometimes help elevate the hips. It's a little more comfortable for some people. And as you, sorry, do you have a question? Okay. As you find this seat, we'll just start to come to stillness. Become aware of your breath. Start to notice the inhale and the exhale. This is a really exciting part of the year. We're back at school. We all have New Year's resolutions maybe. And there's a lot going on, but just allow yourself to breathe here and to be still. And as you're focusing on the inhale and the exhale, maybe start to create a little goal for today's practice. It might be to just create some more of this peace and stillness for at least a half hour. Or it might be just taking some time for yourself. Maybe doing what's right for your body, listening to your body. And as you start to form this intention, maybe create a mantra. So maybe a couple, just a short phrase, such as I'm here for me, or listening to my body. And as you inhale, just inhale your intention, think about your mantra. And as you exhale, maybe think about breathing it into existence. And on the next breath, we'll start to add some movement to our breath practice. So we'll start by inhaling the arms up to the sky, and we'll exhale them to heart center. Take a deep breath in here. We'll interlace the fingers, stretch them out in front of you. Exhale. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale the arms back behind you. We'll interlace the fingers behind us and stretch them out behind you on the inhale. And exhale back to your heart center. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, stretch the fingers out in front of you. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale them out behind you. Interlacing the fingers, stretch them out. Deep breath in. And exhale back to heart center. And we'll repeat this one more time. Big breath here. Exhale, interlace the fingers, stretching them out in front of you. Inhale up. Exhale, hands behind you. Inhaling, stretch them out behind you. And exhale back to center. All right. From here, let's place our left hand on the mat and inhale the right arm up to the left side of the head, and we're gently just going to drop the head to the right. Maybe just a tiny bit of pressure from the hand. Starting to feel a stretch in that left side of the neck. And on the next breath, we're going to reach that left hand just barely behind us on the mat. Rotate that right hand just behind the ear. Start to look down and into the right armpit. And release that right hand back to the mat, to your side, and inhale the left arm up. And we'll gently drop the head over to the left side. Hopefully just getting a really gentle stretch on the side of the neck. We'll walk that right hand just barely behind us. Left hand comes just behind the ear, and on the exhale, look down into the left armpit. And we'll release that left hand to the mat. On the next breath, I'll have you place your hands on the mat and swing your legs around into a tabletop position. And I'll give you a second here to look at your form, your anatomy. So hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists, neutral spine. And we'll start to warm up the spine here. So on the inhale, we'll drop the stomach into a cow pose. And on the exhale, we'll arch the back into a cat. And you're welcome to just move to your breath here. So however fast or slow you'd like, just moving with your breath, the inhale and the exhale. And you're welcome to even start out slower and then pick up the pace as you start to feel warmed up. Or it might help to pay attention to every individual vertebra and notice how they move. It is early in the morning, so we might all be a little bit stiff. And on the next breath, we'll start to come back to stillness, back to our neutral spine. We'll stretch the right foot out behind us on the mat, so toes still on the mat, stretching out the calf, reaching that heel towards the wall behind you. And let's release. And then the left foot, toes still on the mat, reaching the heels back behind you. And then releasing that knee back to the mat. On the next breath, let's tuck the toes, lifting the hips into a downward facing dog. Maybe while you're here, take a second to stretch out the legs, maybe walking the dog. super early in the morning, this might be your first downward dog of the day, or maybe since break. So just allow yourself to lengthen out the back of the legs. And on the next breath, we'll drop the knees back to the mat, back to our tabletop position. Let's inhale, keeping your left hand on the ground. Inhale the right arm up to the sky, reaching it out for a little bit of a stretch, a chest opener. And then on the next breath, we'll thread the needle. So right hand comes underneath the left arm, stretching that out to the side. Beautiful. And inhale back to center, placing that right hand back on the mat. We'll open up the left arm to the sky, reaching that up, opening up the chest, holding that for just a moment. And on the exhale, we'll thread the needle. Left hand comes underneath the right arm, stretching that out. And on the next breath, we'll come back to center, back to our tabletop position. From here, let's swing the legs over to the side and come to a seated position. So on our sits bones, we'll start with our legs just straight out in front of us. And if you do prefer a block or a pillow, you're welcome to grab that now. We'll be seated for just a minute. And from here, we'll inhale, arms up to the sky. We'll start by interlacing the fingers and exhale to the right side. Inhale back to center. Exhale left side. Inhale back to center. On the next exhale, we'll reach those hands out in front of us towards our toes. You're welcome to have your knees bent here, and honestly, anytime we're in any sort of forward fold. And if you'd like to focus your stretch a little bit more on the hamstrings and less on the lower back, you may even want to come back to center and hinge from the hips, keeping the back at a neutral spine, and then reaching your fingers forward. See how that changes your pose. You might not be able to reach quite as far, just a disclaimer there. And from here, let's inhale up to a half lift. So bringing those hands up the shins to maybe the knees. And exhale back to our fold, reaching those fingers out. Maybe seeing if we can stretch just a little bit more. And on the next inhale, we'll slowly walk those hands back up to our tall seated position. Let's spread the legs wide on the mat. So out to both sides. We'll reach the left hand towards the left toes as we inhale the right arm up to the sky. Inhale back through center and to the right, so reaching that right hand towards the right toes. Left arm is up to the sky. Notice how this stretches not only your legs, but also the side of your body. We'll inhale back to center. Let's bring both of those arms up to the sky. And we'll stretch the whole torso over the left leg. Maybe spend a second here, noticing how just changing from one arm to our whole torso or the left leg changes the pose. We'll slowly walk those hands back to center. Inhale the arms up. And we'll exhale over the right leg. And slowly walk those hands back up to center. One more time, inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale straight out in front of you. And from here, we'll walk the fingers over to the right. And to the left. We're just finding all the ways to stretch out your legs this morning. And back to center. And on the next breath, we'll slowly walk those hands back up to our tall torso. And while you're here, we'll find an easy seat. Unless you prefer a different seated position, you're also welcome to be on your knees. Whatever works best for you. And as you find your seat, maybe start to come to stillness. Bring your awareness to your breath. And remind yourself of your intention. As you inhale, maybe think of your mantra. And as you exhale, breathe that into existence. And I won't do this every class, but maybe today give yourself this time to sit in stillness. And let yourself just be here for yourself, for your body. With the new year and the emphasis on goals, sometimes we forget about the things that we've already accomplished, or it's easy to become overwhelmed. So many changes and new things that we should be doing. But let yourself have this time to remind yourself the things that you have accomplished. And give yourself hope that you'll be able to accomplish more this year as well. And as you're here on the inhale, maybe start to think of something that either you're grateful for or something that you have done that you're proud of yourself for. Maybe it's something like, I'm back at school and I'm proud of myself for being here. Or maybe it's something like, I read my scriptures today and I am proud of myself for doing that. Or maybe because it's early, you read your scriptures yesterday and you're going to keep doing that today. Whatever it is, Try and think of a new thing for every inhale, a new action or a new thing that you're grateful for. And as you exhale, maybe continue your resolve for that or your hope for that into the new year. Inhale, I'm grateful for my family. Exhale, and I'm grateful to have them this new year. Maybe inhale, I am grateful for my work, or I am proud of my work. And exhale, and I will continue to be proud of my work for this new year. You know the things that are most important to you, so you can find those things and remind yourself of them. As you practice this, your items of gratitude or your actions that you're proud of can be however vague or specific you'd like. You're welcome to start reaching out in your mind to the actions of family members. Maybe you're really proud of one of your children, something that they've done recently. Or a spouse. And as you're here, let yourself just sit in this pride and gratitude for a second. Healthy pride, not too much pride. And then we'll start to come back to our breath, back to the awareness of our body. Maybe if you've been sitting still, wiggle your fingers and your toes, just get the blood flow back a little bit. And on the next breath, let's inhale our arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you guys for coming to yoga. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. I hope to see you all back on Friday. And if that doesn't work for you, then maybe later. But it was great to see you guys today. I hope your Wednesday is awesome. And I will see you later.